If you want to have war, you will get war. If you want to destroy China, you will be destroyed. If you want to impose nuclear war on China, you will be wiped out by nuclear war. This is very serious. China's policy is very clear. China will not fire the first shot, but China will not allow you to fire the second shot. If you have not watched the Victory Day parade in Beijing on September the 3rd, one of the weapons China demonstrated, we call it 61, because it can contain 60 nuclear warheads plus one hydrogen bomb. Now, in the world of today, let me tell you, which country has hydrogen bomb? China is the only country with hydrogen bomb. And that ICBM can cover every corner of the world in less than 20 minutes and destroy any target in any corner of the world without any possibility of being intercepted.
Right, everyone, judging by the video we just watched now, it's the snippets, and I will show you detail of that particular video. It's just some seconds video. The world definitely is set for a big showdown, judging by the fact that Trump is getting drunk with power daily. Indeed, Trump is getting drunk with power daily. Never has the world experienced what we are presently experiencing under Trump. Yes, he has been so boastful. He has said it severally, I think yesterday or day before yesterday. He said it categorically that under his administration, Russia and China are afraid of him because he has been able to strengthen US military. Now, that particular video is very, very important. And why I say it's very important is because 20 years before now, nobody talks about China. But what difference has Xi Jinping brought to the table that China has now become one of the world's leading nuclear power and with sophisticated military. Now, that threat from that man is not ordinary, because he made reference to Victory Day celebration, and we could see the display of Chinese armory, nuclear warheads, and other sophisticated war equipment, which I don't think US has the capability. Now, looking at that a particular rating between US and Russia in terms of nuclear warheads, Russia has more nuclear warheads than the United States of America, and I was surprised simply because US has the money, he has the resources to get more of these nuclear warheads to cultivate. Let me use that term, to cultivate these nuclear warheads, and then, but I'm surprised that Russia is even doing better than them. Now, this Trump is indeed so desperate in this second time, and is the Senate of the United States of America and the Rep are not doing enough to stop him. It seems they are also scared about him, considering the fact that I really don't know why they're scared of him, because probably he has a lot of influence in the Senate and House of Rep, and to a lot of people, Trump is fast becoming a dictator. It has never happened before. I can't remember when where a sitting president is being kidnapped and his wife was beaten and in such a way that there were swelling in his face, in her face rather. Then we begin to wonder what is US gradually degenerating to. Now, a few weeks ago, US was in Nigeria. It raised on strikes on the bandits. As if that is not enough. US wants to have so many enemies at the same time, including the traditional NATO, which has been on for about 70 years now. Trump is 70, maybe 80 years. Maybe has been around 10 years after Trump was born, and today Trump is kind of causing a lot of issue in NATO. For in his first time, I could remember when Trump said that he's going to cease funding of NATO. That the funding has been US has generally been responsible for NATO funding. But today now he's talking of something else, trying to get a Greenland which belongs to one of the NATO members, and then you begin to wonder, how do NATO come in to help Trump if Russia, China, Iran combine forces against US? That is the problem now. And Trump is not thinking towards that way. And then I think his conscience once told him that, look, you are going to run into trouble if you continue in this way and manner, because you are not going to get the assistance of NATO. They will certainly look away when the chips are down for you. The reason why US is respected today is not because of its military prowess or strength or its economy. It's because it has the ability to galvanize or mobilize the other world powers that are in the West to come to its aid, to its aid, or to the aid of the world when they are needed. That's why US is mainly respected. If the chips are down, there's no how US alone, in all its sophistication, in all its technology, can counter warheads coming from China, coming from North Korea, coming from Russia, because definitely North Korea is definitely going to be part of the fight, because there's a treaty between North Korea, Russia, Iran against any aggressor that is targeting any of those members. So Trump is definitely going to be in trouble. But of course, the only help US can get now is that US citizen can get now is that the midterm election is coming soon in US, and then the moment you can vote in, they can vote out a lot of Republicans and vote in a lot of Democrats. Trump will definitely be in trouble. He will be removed immediately. That's just the only solution to all of this. He has the Senate and the Rep for himself because they're mainly Republican, and that's why he's behaving the way he's behaving. But of course, we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Trump is about the most strongest and most dangerous man on earth right now. Take it or leave it. If he can seize, if he can go ahead to seize a vessel that is being escorted by Russia, I think Putin himself is afraid of US right now. It has never been this before. Putin was never afraid of US in this way, in this manner, in the days of the president before now, Joe Biden. He was never afraid of US as he is now. Yes, indeed, it is clear that Putin is afraid of US, is indeed afraid of US. And then, one thing about war is this: you only know the beginning, you don't know the end. And what sustains a war is mainly money. You may have the resources, you may have the military, you may have but you need funding. You need to fund this. Russia doesn't have economy to sustain a war, but they have that nuclear warhead. They have that nuclear. The moment they have that nuke, when the wars get to worst, they can just, when they are tired with the war and they seem they are losing the war, they can just release one, and then we all are in trouble. China said he has something similar that is even more dangerous than that. That man talked about hydrogen nuclear bomb that you can touch anywhere in the world in 20 minutes or 20 seconds. I can't remember now what it really means there. So that's how it is now. Trump needs to be checked. Trump needs to be checked. In fact, there's a drilling taking place from BRICS, taking place in South Africa. It's made up of BRICS nation. Usually, BRICS, the acronym for BRICS is Britain, India, China, and South Africa is the alliance. Britain, Russia, India, South Africa, and BRICS, China, and South Africa is the alliance. Now, the original intention of this was economic alliance, but now it is becoming a military alliance. Nigeria is just not a member per se, but we are just, how do we call Nigeria now? A partner. Nigeria is a partner. I think Nigeria is more of the Western country. Nigeria do a lot with Western hemisphere than uh, the Eastern hemisphere. But of course, the issue here is that even if Nigeria were to join, I don't think Trump will like it. Nigeria has always been in the focal agenda of Trump and US. And let's not forget that France too, courtesy of Macron, definitely Tinubu wouldn't want to betray France to in that guise and then becoming a BRICS member. But definitely, as things take shape, we continue to watch. But definitely, Trump means business. The only person that can check Trump now is God, and we can't even say the Senate. The only time the Senate of the United States of America can check Trump is when we have the senators there have been replaced with senators from the Democrats. I'll see you in another video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you feel about this video. I'll see you in another video.